A fun and important topic in math, number sequencing. By the end of this video, you will be able to identify the rule in a number sequence and use that rule to find a missing number. So what is a number sequence? It's simply a list of numbers that follow a specific pattern or rule. Think of it like a secret code. Our job is to crack that code by figuring out the rule. Once we know the rule, we can predict what numbers come next, or even find a number that's missing from the middle of the sequence. Let's get started. Let's begin with a very common type of sequence. Look at this list of numbers. We have 2, 4, 6, 8, and then a question mark. Our goal is to find the missing number. To do that, we need to find the rule. Let's look at the relationship between each number and the one that comes after it. How do we get from 2 to 4? We add 2. How do we get from 4 to 6? We add 2 again. And from 6 to 8, we add 2 once more. It looks like we've found our rule. The rule for this sequence is to add 2 to the previous number. So, to find the missing number, we just need to apply this rule one more time. We take the last number we know, which is 8, and add 2 to it. 8 plus 2 equals 10. So the missing number is 10. The complete sequence is 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. We successfully identified the rule and used it to find the missing number. Let's try another one. What about this sequence? We have 15, 12, 9, 6, and a question mark. This time, the numbers are getting smaller. This tells us we're probably not adding. We're either subtracting or dividing. Let's check. How do we get from 15 to 12? We subtract 3. How do we get from 12 to 9? We subtract 3 again. And from 9 to 6, we subtract 3. Great! We found the rule. The rule for this sequence is to subtract 3 from the previous number. Now, let's use this rule to find our missing number. We take the last number, 6, and subtract 3 from it. 6 minus 3 equals 3. So the missing number is 3. The complete sequence is 15, 12, 9, 6, 3. We successfully identified the subtraction rule and completed the sequence. Sometimes, the rule isn't just adding or subtracting. Let's look at this example. We have 2, 4, 8, 16, and a question mark. Let's try adding first. From 2 to 4 is plus 2. From 4 to 8 is plus 4. From 8 to 16 is plus 8. The amount we're adding is changing, so it's not a simple addition rule. When the numbers are growing very quickly, it's a good idea to check for multiplication. Let's see. How do we get from 2 to 4 using multiplication? We multiply by 2. How do we get from 4 to 8? We multiply by 2 again. And from 8 to 16, we multiply by 2. There it is. The rule for this sequence is to multiply the previous number by 2. To find our missing number, we take the last number, 16, and multiply it by 2. 16 times 2 equals 32. So the missing number is 32. The complete sequence is 2, 4, 8, 16, 32. We've now seen examples of addition, subtraction, and multiplication rules. Now let's try a slightly different challenge. What if the missing number isn't at the end of the sequence? Look at this sequence, 20, 18, 14, 12. The process is the same. We still need to find the rule. We can do this by looking at the numbers we do know. Let's look at the beginning. How do we get from 20 to 18? We subtract 2. Let's check the end of the sequence to see if the rule is consistent. How do we get from 14 to 12? We subtract 2. It looks like our rule is to subtract 2. Since the rule is consistent, we can use it to find the missing number in the middle. We take the number before the question mark, which is 18, and apply our rule. 18 minus 2 equals 16. So the missing number is 16. Let's check our answer. 18 minus 2 is 16, and 16 minus 2 is 14. It works perfectly. Let's try one more example with a missing number in the middle. Consider the sequence. 3, 12, 24, 48. Again, we need to find the rule. This time, the numbers are increasing, so let's check for addition or multiplication. Let's look at the numbers we know. How do we get from 12 to 24? We multiply by 2. How do we get from 24 to 48? We multiply by 2. It seems our rule is to multiply by 2. Now, how do we use this to find the missing number? We know that the missing number, when multiplied by 2, gives us 12, so we need to do the opposite operation to find it. The opposite of multiplying by 2 is dividing by 2. So we take 12 and divide it by 2. 12 divided by 2 is 6. So the missing number is 6. Let's check our answer. 3 times 2 is 6, and 6 times 2 is 12. It works. The complete sequence is 3, 6, 12, 24, 48. Let's quickly recap what we've learned today. We learned that a number sequence is a list of numbers that follows a specific rule or pattern. To find a missing number, the first and most important step is to identify that rule. You can do this by looking at the relationship between the numbers you already know. Once you have the rule, you can apply it to find the missing number, whether it's at the end of the sequence or in the middle. We've now met our learning objectives. You can identify the rule in a number sequence and use it to find a missing number. Keep practicing, and you'll become a master of number patterns.